Okay, I don't know if this works. I'm recording on a speaker. Today we're going to be testing out some malware that I made. It's not really malware, but it's GDI effects, so it should be good. If you want to download them, I'll paste the links in the description. Since I haven't built up my channel worthiness, y'all are going to have to type in the H to the ttps at the end of the link. But without further ado, let's get into this. I hope you guys enjoy. So, first things first, if you want to create this, you need Visual Studios. It's right there. What you're going to need to do is you're going to go onto Mozilla, or whatever your browser is, and you're going to type in Microsoft VS. Just type in VS, it stands for Visual Studios. You click on Microsoft, right, make sure it's Microsoft, but you have to download it, and then go to free download. For you, the professional and enterprise are for like companies and businesses where they have more people, but that's okay. You just need the community. That works fine. Then what you're going to do, you're going to open up Visual Studios, and if you want to create this, I'll put the SLN files in the description. But if you're making one from scratch, I use C# in this, or no, sorry, C++ in this. So you're going to want to go to here and do a console app in C++. Then you're going to press next. Then you're going to name it what you want, right? Whatever. Name it whatever, right? Okay, so after you do that, or whatever you're doing, there's a couple other prompts, and then you can write your code. Here's a little, like, I guess, sneak peek at some of the code. Here it is. Just a little thing I like showing every once in a while of the code. But what you can do is you can create files and stuff. I really use this for the GDI effects, and then sometimes use it for like keyloggers and stuff. I might get into that later. It's not the best, but anyways. So we're gonna start with Mother's Day GDI.exe. And since it's Mother's Day, I thought I'd do an exclusive. So without further ado, let's go. So as you can see, it does this like tearing effect, right? But I have a horrible background for this. You can't see it well, so hold up, let me quick change the background to something else. So I changed it to this. Now we'll double click. And as you can see, it takes the image, it stretches it and turns it sideways, and then it makes it into this like refractor spiral graph type of thing. And it shows Happy Mother's Day because it's Mother's Day. So what you do is, for this one, I press escape, it stops, and then I refresh, it goes back to normal. So if I pull it up really quick, give me a second. So I learned how to do this from this dude. This is actually the video. I used his code. I borrowed his code, and I added some of my things, took out the timer, added Mother's Day, and then added the escape key. Anyways, it's basically the same thing. I just want to give, I guess a shout out, because I don't want to like steal people's code without giving them credit. So, yeah. So, right here. That's our first one. Our second one is virusinformation.exe. This one is like a virus that says, hey, don't download suspicious files. I'll start it. I don't know if you can hear it. There's sound that comes out. Let's start it. Hey, don't download suspicious files. This is just awareness, okay? It's not going to harm your computer. It's just meant to look scary. Also, to make it quit or make it stop, just press the escape key. Anyways, I did that, thought it'd be good, you know, good thing for awareness. And I'll show you the stock exe in a second. So this one sort of like is like a, I don't know, it like pushes it away. Then another one, credit to the creator I showed earlier. I also got some stuff from this. I changed it a tiny bit in the other one, but here's the preview. So it sort of like pushes it over in a negative direction. What you can do is you can not press escape, but on my other monitor, which it's a lot better if you have another monitor because some of these things don't have an escape function. But on your other monitor, I'm going to close that, and that stops it. If you want, you can refresh, and then everything should be away. What we're going to do next is the one I modified of that one, and I call it test1 GDI, or test GDI1.exe, and let's go ahead and start that. So I made it so instead of a negative, so instead of it crossing across the screen, it just went randomly in different places. I think it's pretty cool. If you let go for far enough, it creates this weird like fuzzy blur effect. I think it's interesting. This one doesn't have the escape key function, but if I'm not incorrect, you can Alt F4 it. Can you? Yeah, it may close some other things, but it does still work. Hold up 1 second. So, next. This is the stock code for virus information, right? This is the stock code. This is really cool, by the way. So basically what's happening is it takes a picture of the main thing before it starts, and then it distorts that as like an overlay. See, so like when I drag click, it goes straight because it's just an overlay. But in my opinion, it's probably, well, in my opinion, it's really cool. For this, if I'm not correct, I added escape functionality. No, I didn't. Okay. But what you can do is just aim for it and then click close, and then that's it. If you want, you can refresh to make sure everything's good. No more GDI effects. That's all. I will be working on more, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will link the GDI effect files in the description and also the SLN files to open up in Visual Studio. So you just double click that and it opens it. But if you see now it probably won't work, but if you take this and if you open a notepad, you can not see. Okay, maybe I'm not going to add the SLN files. It worked before, so I don't know. Okay, I'll link the code in text files if you want them. That way it's a bit better, and then I'll put that in one main folder. So we'll make that folder. We'll make it GI stuff. We'll take you, stick it in there. Also, the reason why it's staggered, I don't know if you saw in the beginning, but I had a bookshelf thing. So in here, I'll just to txt, and then I'll rename you to txt. Oh no. But besides that, I'll put the link in the description for Visual Studio and the Google Drive link to the folder. Thank you for watching. Bye.